Hi everyone, I am Canute Ellis and this is a special edition of In My World. Yes, we are back, bigger and better, season 3. You are in for a treat. This has never been done ever in the history of online. We're going to do a mixed revision, a deconstruction and live changes here right now. We're gonna jump into this song. It's called Toto. It's produced by Winton Bangsta. When last name again? Wilmot. So Winton Wilmot. We call him Bangsta, so his proper government name. It's the first time actually saying it out loud. But he's an amazing musician, an amazing producer, and he has mixed this song. We're gonna do a mix review. And what's this gonna be now? My first reaction. And I'm gonna tell him the changes. We're gonna make the changes live here. Now, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, like, and tell a friend that we're here. So we're going to be joined by Winton right now. Here we go. Bangsta, what's going on?
Yes, it's been good. We have to give God thanks.
Yeah,
Thank God we're still here through this time, through this struggle. We're still, 21
What,
blues
what
week.
the natty there?
Oh, the Natty gone. Natty gone. A new page, a new chapter,
Yeah.
2021, freshen up, doing new things, trying to make and break into new grounds. Right. So Toto, the artist is I'm actually based in Suriname now for the time being, and
Nice.
I'm working with some lovely artists in Suriname. This one, a particular guy called Prosper, Prosper Huur. He wrote this song. The song is written in his native language, so that's Salamakan. And
Oh, nice.
this song is simply talking about keep on pushing, don't give up. It's hard, but you're gonna break through. So that's his song. It's a song of encouragement, upliftment, and so forth. Yeah.
In going to mix now, did you have a song in mind, a reference, or you kind of wanted to just go for it and break new ground?
All right. From the get go, as I say, I wanted to go for it and just break new ground, right? And as I started to mix, and I started hear different flavors, different shades of sounds. I found myself liking a song that I've heard a couple weeks or a couple months back, from one of the Malis, that we better known as they are big on reggae. This particular Marley is this Skip Marley, right?
Okay,
Um,
okay.
Slow down. So
Oh, nice.
kind of, really match that type of flavor. So I pictured that as a ballpark to land my song in. So
Nice.
that was basically one of the reference. And then just pulling back from different shades from my inner feeling and so forth. Yeah.
Nice. Now I know that song. I don't know if we can play that song or we'll try and play a little bit because we don't want to be flagged, right? But I know that song and I can always just go back and we can cross-reference to see if you're in the ballpark, right?
Yes.
I want to hear your mix approach and peek into your session, if you will. I mean, I've always showed my session, so hopefully you can show
Wow.
us yours, right?
Yeah.
So
Hopefully.
let's jump right into it and hear it. We probably just play like a minute and a half and just get right into it, and then we kind of take it from there, all right?
Yo, we are fouillé de mi dé. A fouillé de mi dé. Mina ikiapa no. No kiapa. Oh, oh, oh. We tang toto. We still waiting up with Namo. We tang toto. We tang make a moiti go to. We tang toto. Unabi tafa Jehovah janga we tang toto. We still waiting up with Namo. So leisha I happy. He kai paki safe for amo pete day. You make a moiti. Mafutu agadu wa wasabi. Saiga naigo eke faiwani. Yeah. oh. Weteati, tosomo haneti upasa. Te ya mama tendo.
Man, nice tune.
Yeah.
Nice tune. I love it. I love it.
Man,
What's the
thanks.
artist name?
Prosper.
Prosper. Yeah, man. Toto, I love it. I love it. You know, there's so many things happening, and it's really coming together as a nice, cool vibes. A sing along, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, chorus vibes and thing. And even though he's singing another language, I don't feel weird. Like, what is he saying? I feel like I get it, and I'm looking for something that I can pick out, like when Tan Toto come back, you know, and I'm singing along. So
Yes,
great job
yes,
on the
yes.
production. I know
Yes.
we're not talking about production, but great job on the production.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into it. All right, so show us a little bit. You know that we're in your session, show us a little bit of where your drums are. You know, like, you know, what are your processes for your drums? Are you doing drum buses? You know, you're doing parallel comps. You know, give it like a sauce where you're going with it.
All right, so basically, all my drums they are bus to a drum bus. Anything from kick, bass, toms, snare, hi-hats, crash, or they're bus to my drum bus.
Nice.
My drum bus, it sometimes I have a lot of plugins, sometimes I don't. It all depends on what's going on the initial track itself. So on the track, I just basically have an EQ where I'm EQing stuff just to get subtractive EQing, you know, taking away frequencies that I don't like. And then on the bus, I'll basically bring up the stuff with either a compressor or a saturator. So I'm using C2 with basic compression for the drums, for the bus. Using a couple of stuff. I'm using this nice NSL channel that I'm using just to add some sauce to the whole bus. That's what this plugin is doing, the NSL, and I'm basically using particularly the mic version. There are some nice, but this is the one that I actually like mostly. For drums, it's more aggressive, more punchy, and have a nice top. So as you see on my track, I tend to use different flavors of kick. I've actually about 3 or 4 kicks on this track, but in the full mix, you don't hear that. But I'm using them to add different shades of sounds and different flavor in terms of the grit and body of the music.
I'm interested in to see your rim shot channel. If we can peek on that a little bit, that stood out for me. Your drums really nice. I made a note here. Love the drums, love the kick. But as I know, seeing it, the kicks, right? So I love the kicks, how you have them in the mix. It's right there. You know, the kick and bass relationship is really good. But I'll wait till we get to that point. But I want to peek on a little bit on your rim shot, what you have on there. Talk to us about your chain on the rim now.
Right. So my rim is probably it burst out into 3 different parts. I have my main dry rim, right? All I have on it is just an EQ. It's my main dry rim, just an EQ. Right?
Okay.
Okay. And then I have a reverb rim, that doing the verby stuff.
That's
that
what
keeping
that is.
that
Okay.
spice. Yes.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so that doing
Okay.
spice on the rim. And
Now,
then
did you do that? Hold on one second, Bangsta. When you produce it, did you produce it that way? So, or you export it out of whatever you work in, you export the reverb separate, or you had the rim, you created the reverb, and then you extract it from the channel?
okay, so from the get-go, the track is I started the production of the track in Logix, right? In the mixing phase, I started out with just this dry rim, right? And during mixing, the flavors started coming. So I said, okay, I need a delay through of the reverb on the rim. So what I do, I create different settings, and you'll see that I basically bus everything to a bus in terms of all my effects, whether it be delay, reverb, and that type of thing. They're all bus to a particular channel.
Yeah, man. So, okay, so I see what you're saying now. So, with the rim, you have the rim by itself, you have
Right.
the reverb, and then you have a delay at different points and stuff. I absolutely love it. I made a note of that. So, let's jump into my reaction slash critical listening slash review, right?
Yes,
Again,
yes.
I absolutely love the the production. I love the vibe of it. I love when he sings it, even though I don't know what him singing say, but the chorus
Music is one language,
feels
man.
it feels good, and that's the thing,
Yes.
and it really speaks to where music has no boundaries, language don't
Yes.
matter because you feel the music, and so really really roots vibes and stuff, right? So I have here, I love the rim, love the kick drum, love the drums overall. There's some toms that are a little bit poking out, right? Some toms are poking out. I think there's one
Yeah.
on the right side that
Right.
resonate a little bit. So I'd say we go through and kind of make sure you high pass at a certain thing, or you do a little ducking, or you just
Yeah.
scoop out a little bit of 150, around there, and just kind of
Nice.
just make it do so tubby,
Nice. Nice.
but it won't lose its body, but it won't be so tubby throughout, right? Absolutely love the drum and bass relationship. The drum and bass relationship, especially the kick, it's right there. With the bass, I'd suggest you get a little bit more of the high notes in, so that with smaller speakers it can cut through and it's there.
Right.
I would also push it like 1 dB. I'd push it like one and a half,
Just a
one and
touch.
three quarter. Just
Just a
not the
touch.
weight, but just volume, so it kind of bring up. You will still have headroom when you come down to mastering, right? For
Yeah.
the rim, I would try. I don't know, because you separate it, so it would work one of two ways, right? Because I absolutely love how you separate it, where you have the rim and the reverb and the delay, and you can play with that. It not robbing the signal, as opposed to what people would put the effects on the effects on the channel itself, and then
The track itself,
in the
yes.
mix.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you didn't do that, and this actually gives you more autonomy for even do more stuff. So with that, I would try on the rim channel itself to find a nice little bell, and right around 400 hertz, to just push it like two or so dB, so you get that cough. When you talk about reggae, you get that cough. So it's nice
Yeah,
and thick,
man.
but I
Hmm.
get a nice cough. If you don't like it on the channel, I'd suggest you put it on the reverb. That way, the reverb cough is, it give you the feel that it's bigger,
Yeah,
but it
a
don't
large, large.
take away, don't really take away from the actual sound. So
Yes.
I'd say pick your choice, but 400 hertz, right? And I don't know how Logic do them cue, but a nice little pointed peak. Not too wide, not too thin, and about 2 to 2.5 dB of that, 400 hertz, to really get that cuff, right? The kick there, the hi-hats that they sing, you have the hi-hats that drive this tune, which is reggae. Up the top, I don't want you feeling away. Up the top, the horns man them should have shine a little bit. Up the top, the horns man them will play. Me I wonder what go on, And now we know it's keyboards, and we not style here, we not front, but the horn
You
section
need them
can,
hands there.
yeah, up, because they only play
Uh,
like twice, right? The horns play like
about three
twice.
times to come in, yeah.
Okay, so I'm
Just
gonna
as a
try.
means of transitioning, yeah.
I just said, don't be afraid. It's there. It's not going to take from it, and it actually give this nice, energetic. Hey, listen to it. Because definitely, I'd have put that up like 3.5 dB, and then because I'm so low, I don't know where they sit spectrum wise, but I'd have
Okay.
still make them bright a little bit. So anyway, from 2K to 3K, just get a nice little bell, right?
Yeah, nice, nice.
And make them kind of really come out through, right? So
Yes.
overall, I think the mix could be a little bit warmer. If you're going for slow down, the mix could be a tiny bit warmer. Now, you can achieve that in mastering, right? And what happened is I love how you carve space for the vocals. The vocals coming through, nothing crowding him, and the vocals is not so loud where you go, okay, where is the music? Or is this a halfway a cappella? So I love that, right? So the vocals cutting through. I'd say you could warm up in voice a little bit, and right after this, I don't want you to show us what his vocal chain is so we can see. A borderline want to predict what I could, but me not gonna put it on blast. But I think I know what's going on. But I could have warm it up a little toops. If you're going for slow down, I'll warm it up a little toops. And a little toops would be not so much where it loses its essence of cutting through, but then when you warm it up in the mix, the master can warm it up a little bit more, and then you kind of strike that balance. And I want to talk about that a little bit because a lot of times people milk the mix. Look at me. I'm telling you guys, don't milk the mix. Don't spend put 40 instantiation on one channel to try and get it. Try route. See what Winton did? He routed his effects somewhere so he can treat it, he can EQ it, he can do so many things with just that. And so the one channel of Rim stands by itself, then a reverb stands by itself, and a delay stands by itself. And so now you have 3 tracks going and you can treat them. It's almost like you're now doing it in layers, you're doing it in multi-band, manual multi-band settings where what I want, at this point I want to turn up the rim, or at this point I want to make the rim brighter just because of a break. You can do that even when the effects is on there, but it takes away a little bit more flexibility. But don't milk your mix. Leave some room so the master and engineer can do some stuff, right? So I wouldn't go ham on making it warm and then it get dull and dry and lifeless, because a lot of people think warm is just all mids and that's it. So I'd make the tracker overall a little bit warmer, as well as his voice. And then I love the breakdown. I wrote that down. I love the breakdown. Where you have the old tubby vibes come in. I love it. It's explosive. It make you feel like, whoa, I never expected that. And I absolutely love how musically it transitioned, really, really nice. It don't feel like, oh, all right, it don't feel like a loop, right? So take us through his vocal chain, so we can take a peek at it. We know you're not giving all of your sauce, only me alone crazy around here for just show, hey, this is what I have, but show us something of his vocals, where we can kind of see what's going on.
All right, vocal chain coming up.
Man, took a minute. Oh, hide this.
I just had to pull it up. Give me a minute. Now, this is my vocal chain. So from the get-go, I'm doing just some noise suppression, just to control the background noise that you may get from your room, because not many of us are blessed with treated rooms to do our work, but we still have a passion for what we're doing, and so we have to treat with that. So I'm doing some noise suppression, right, with my right.
NS1.
Yes, the NS1. Right.
Artiste.
Beautiful waves. Artiste.
Nice.
Doing that.
So I see here you're doing quite a bit of reduction there. You're cutting down
quite a bit.
8, and then you're doing a threshold of 14.
Yes.
So you're going in soft and coming back out soft, but you're compressing. Okay.
Minute stuff on different levels, right? Just to reach where I think I want to go. So this is my EQ chain, doing a lot of cuts and some crazy boosts. But you'll find that after crazy boosts, I have like a crazy setting of DSing, right? It's just to get stuff to where I think I need to go, right? And my DSR, I'm cutting around 7,000 kilohertz, and so forth. So that's what's going on, and then I'm taking off the top with this lovely soft tube. You hear that it's pretty dry, nothing really going on as yet in terms of sending effects and throws. Right now, I bust that out into a vocal bus for himself. And there, I also start with a compressor again, where I'm doing some little more aggressive stuff, you know, compressing around ratio 5 around there, doing some pretty much aggressive stuff. But I'm also using a mix knob. So though the setting may look aggressive, I'm mixing just to mix back the original signal back into the compressed signal. You know?
Okay.
Mm, yeah. So
And what's
that's my
your effects? What's your effects chain for that vocal?
in terms of effects chain. Um, oh, my effects chain is pretty normal. I have a setting that I call that reverb, RMP, that I built that a couple of years ago. So I always go back to it. And on that set effects, I have just a normal money doing some large room chamber, so forth. You know, that's what's going inside there. Right after that, I'm using another room, right, which also a little bit larger, a stadium, but I'm meticulously using these a particular way to achieve what I'm trying to go for. And then you have EQs just scooping out stuff, low end, high end, and to really carve the sound to where I want it to go.
Nice, nice. Another interesting part is the background group. I love how you make them. I love how you make them nice and breathy, you know, and them come in some nice vocal work there, and it not
Yes,
taking over the track, but it's not lost as well. So good job
yes,
on
yes,
that, you know.
yes, yes, good sense. I use a lot of distortion, creating rooms that I think, you know, um, will do with the vocal that I think where it should be. So this is a room that I've created, and then I throw distortion in that room where I'm distorting the vocal a bit, with distortion, driving pretty hard and coming out, you know? Yeah, so
The vocal for the first EQ, I would say, I see where, you know, you're doing a couple things, a lot of corrective, but they're right around in the same area. And I see where you have like from 12K all the way up to 16 or past that is just this like 10 dB boost. You're trying to get
yes.
air, but then you said you're using a DSR to get it, but the DSR is getting you know, down to the left. It's not
Yeah, a
it's not
little
going.
lower. Yeah, it's cutting.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so you know, so some of those things, and those things translate pretty decent. You know, the background vocals have those really bright air and sibilance in there. It's nothing no wrong. It not bother me. You know, it not bother me. You know, it what it do is it make it super airy and super bright, so then it's not warm again, you know. So
Right.
it's this balancing act. So you can either, you know, in your retouch, you know, is either you push some mid-range, and I would say, you know, anywhere from, yeah, probably let's go really low mid. You know, maybe at tops, you know, the 200, 250 or 200 to 315 range. Not much. It's like a little, just it's like a
Yeah, but
nice little bell and thing.
half
Or you
dB,
just pull
dB.
down your highs a little bit, and with your reverb and stuff that you're scooping out the mids, you kind of put it back so the reverb kind of taking the mids that's there. So what's happening is the mid that's there is you're scooping it out, and it's super bright, so it's not there. So again, it's not milking this one channel. It's because you're doing it in layers, you know, or this is not stem mixing, guys, but he's doing it in layers. When you're sending to this bus and this bus is taking it, and then you're putting reverb there, and then you're putting distortion in there, and then you're scooping it back out, it's not thinning out, but it don't have a certain body that gives you the warmth for the reference that you're going for, right? So
Yes.
again, this is going off of your reference. My only aim in life right now is to say, hey, if you was going for this, You're right, you're almost there, but here are some of the things that you could get there. Now it's two different songs, obviously, but it's right in that wheelhouse. So I wouldn't, I would go for the latter of what I'm saying, which is bring up the mids out of the reverb to kind of put it back so it take it. It won't crowd it because you don't push it from the mix, right? And then probably 1.5 down on that super woolly per air. Just not maybe you can get away with it, or maybe you put another DSR feed catch somewhere in the 10K, but not much, but it just shimmer a little bit, right?
Yes,
And,
yes.
and that me ear so far.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
think I probably have
that's
the feedback a little bit too low. Yeah.
I mean, there's so many things happening in the song. At this point,
Yes.
I
Mhm.
wouldn't even say turn up, because you turn up the keyboard, and maybe you turn up the keyboard. I would have said don't turn up the keyboard, but make it warmer, so that adds to the warmth of the mix. So instead of
Yes.
using the volume, you use the body of it, right? So it's steady all it. I love the organ, or you have it moving, right? So maybe don't turn up the keyboard, but make it thicker, and that would kind of get, because I'm trying to get a compromise where I don't want you to lose the spunk on it, right? And I
Yeah.
don't want you to go
The
super
sparsity.
dark where it kind of be like, oh, I don't like the mix no more, so there's
Yeah,
ways to
yeah, yeah.
cheat it, and that's all me I said, there's ways to cheat it. So we'll give you a couple minutes for you to make those changes, and we come right back and
Yes,
hear
yes.
all that feel and hear all that sound. All right, really good job on all fronts, the production, this current mix. Excited to hear the changes. Excited to hear the hands man them shock out.
Yeah.
Some more. All right.
Well,
So
I'm proud.
we'll see you in a minute. Right.
Yeah, man. I mean,
We're back now. If you're just joining, be sure to subscribe. It's right down here. It's right down here. It's right down here. Like, share this link, and tell people we're here. In My World Season 3, we are back. Now, this is the first time ever we're doing a mix review, first time reaction, mix deconstruction, and mix adjustment all in one show. We're joined, or we have a very special guest, Bangsta McCallum. You don't know no other government name, Bangsta McCallum. And he just did the changes. We're going to jump right into that.
yes, my brother. What's
Yes,
up?
sir.
Blessings.
This tune here
Yes.
really stick in your head, Dan Toto. Yeah,
Mhm.
man. So tell us about the changes now that you've made. We suggested that you bring up the bass and tweak up some, the high register in the high mids. We suggested that you open up some mids on the vocal reverb, some mids on the vocal on the rim reverb as well. Did I just say vocal? Some reverb, some low end on the reverb,
Yeah.
and we suggested you turn up the horn section in the three parts that come, so they have a little bit more presence and a little bit more bright. We asked that you kind of cut down on some of the extra air on the vocals. The reverb added area would warm it up some, and we wanted you to push 400 on the rim shot. That's a mouthful. That's a whole lot of tweaks. So how you feel now with these changes, and tell me what else did you do?
Right. So the changes, they are very valid changes. I could feel more meat to the track in terms of the body of the track. Um, in terms, for instance, the rim, I feel it biting more. It have that
Mm-hmm.
coof, more
Mm-hmm.
like what reggae is knocking for.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the bass, I could feel it topping more. And what I also went to did also as well is to bring up the dead pick of the guitar, because that's one of the
Nice.
tunes that's carrying the guitar as well.
Yes.
So I also accentuate that aspect of the guitar more as well. In
Okay.
terms of bang, warm it up a lot bit so it doesn't feel that brittle. So that's a warm and mellow. The brass, I like it a little more loud now. It's coming through.
It
Loud
grew
and
on you.
proud. No, yes,
Yeah.
loud. So it's nice. The vocals coming in like more really warmer. I really had to dig in and to get that those S's down in terms of DSing a lot and so forth. So and the in terms of the reverb, a lot more warmer, pushing that 400 k 400 hertz range up to bring up that body of the music and the texture. It's really had some more definition and character to the music.
Yes. Yes.
So the vocal gets to stand up over the track more, a little more warmer and sounding very present. Yeah. So that's it. And
Nice.
I love the adjustment that I've made, and
Nice.
it's only the beginning of something that's great. So I'm feeling very good about the track, even more now. I'm feeling.
Nice. 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 All right. So let's hear what you have now.
Yo, ya fouillé de mi dé, a fouillé de mi dé. Ni na ikiapa no, na kiapa. Oh, oh, oh. We tang toto, we see we tinga, we do na mo. We tang toto, we tang make moi tigo do. We tang toto, unabitafa Jehovah janga we tang toto. We see we tinga, we do na mo. So leisha I happy, ikai paki saifu wa mo better day. You make your moiti, mafutu agadu wa wasabi. Saiga naigo eke faiwani. Yeah, oh oh. With the ati, do some more haniti you pasa. Te ya mama tendo, you BBC. Yeah, biga gado janga I. If I miss it taki, anafika I. No 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 no. We tang toto, we see we tinga, we do na mo. We tang toto, we tang make moi tigo to. We tang toto, unabitafa Jehovah janga we tang toto, we see we tinga, we do na mo. Mi tama, mbete motide, usamyoshi. I need you are there. Me still a busy. Me pende hope I need you.
Yeah, man,
Absolutely love it.
good.
Let's
It's
see your
good.
vocal chain now. Let's see your vocal chain for our viewers so they can
Yeah.
see, what's going
Yeah.
on there.
DSN quite a bit earlier stage. That mighty boost that was there, it's no more longer there. So we have cut that out. Did a lot of DSN. In terms of our reverb, we did our boosting
Nice.
in terms of our reverb.
So as
So
you can
forth.
see, putting that back just opens up another world where the vocal sits. It's still on top, still cutting through, but it has
Right.
more girth, more body, as you say, and
Yeah.
and that's another way you can get body and warmth instead of actually going for the channel and cranking it to get that, because then you start getting dark and you start getting, muffled or woofy,
Yes. And my bass EQ, where I did the boost for the top end and so forth. The 2K
Nice.
boost,
Nice.
yes, and so forth. It's
Certainly feels good. Thank you so much for sharing your session, carrying us in your world.
yes,
For us to see your tips and tricks and see your hidden gems in there. We definitely appreciate it. We're looking forward to hearing the complete thing when it's out. What's your release date on this?
it's probably less than 15 days away. So it's in March here, before March is out.
Yes.
it should be out, because from the get go, in the streets, the demo, we get a lot of good responses from the people in the
Yeah.
communities. They really like it,
Nice.
and due to what's going on here now presently, it's a song that will bring a lot of encouragement and hope to a lot of
Nice.
citizens and people here in the island
Nice.
of Suriname. Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you for inviting us in your world to, to give our 2 cents and to be a part of this amazing project. I absolutely love it. It's definitely going to be a jam of mine because it's just a sing along fun. The music is fun. How you did the overall production is fun. The mix is nice and tight now, and I can't wait to hear the finished product. How people can find you?
Okay, well, you can find me on social media, Deacon Psalmist Wilmot on Facebook, on Instagram, it's Bangsta Music, on YouTube, just type in Winton Wilmot and you'll find me there. You'll see my work, you'll see my track record of what I've done over the years. I'm just a humble producer, just trying to help people along the way and also growing myself as well. Yeah.
Good job on all fronts. Thank you so much. We'll definitely be in touch, man. And hey, reach out to him, check out his stuff. He's a really good musician, really good producer. You can definitely check him out on all of his social media handles. We'll definitely drop them in the comment section here. This has been In My World, one of my favorites so far, because I'm a virgin and we get to do this. We've never done this before, and it's pretty cool, and you get to hear the changes right in front of your eyes. I am Canute Neil Ellis, and it is my pleasure to bring you In My World. This is Winton, Bangsta, Wilmot.
Thanks for having me, man. Yes, it's a pleasure. The pleasure is mine. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, so keep on, my youth.
Blessings.
Bless you.